let's go to Worldcon.
After a 7-hour train ride where I met my bestie, Ollie, I arrived in rainy Scotland, which is my kind of vibe. Loved it. The books were just amazing, and of course, as soon as I got there, I had to pick up none other than The Judith Blossom and The Dance of Shadows, because those books are fucking ace. Immediately ran into Stephen Arian. He tracked me down, oddly enough. Love him to bits, and I asked for a very strange request. If you read the book too, you'll know.
Writing something like Justice for the Cowards and that.
Yes.
Because I'm still not over that scene.
Well, that's fine. You know, and it's real.
Stephen Arian is such a gem. I spoke to him for a while. Then none other than Nicholas Eames turned up, who I had no idea it was Nicholas Eames. And I stupidly asked him, "What do you write?" And Stephen Arian looked at me like, "Bitch, he wrote The Kings of the Wild." I was like, "Oops, sorry, don't mind me." Then I ran into Hardy's books, and almost immediately after, we stumbled across Joe Abercrombie himself.
So, how was that? What just happened? I'm fine. We're totally fine. Totally fine. I walked to the door, met Tasha Shuri, randomly asked me a question. I was like, oh my god, it's you. Then Stephen Arian ran up to me, recognised me, and met Nicholas Eames without even knowing it was Nicholas Eames. And now Joe Abercrombie. This is insane.
My mind that we might not cross, because the topic here is ancient cultures and context. Sometimes when we're applying our modern lens, we might revolutionize the ancient epic to such an extent that nothing of the original remains. Right? We are like mythological DJs, you know, spinning over the So to what extent can we remix the music where the old one doesn't exist? And I think this becomes more particular. I'm sorry if I kept going slightly longer in my answer. Is Vaishnavi Patel's Kaikai itself. I don't know how many of you know of this book. It's based on an Indian mythical text called Ramayana. Interestingly, Tor decided not to publish it in India because it changed one of the gods who still worship into someone who's very sexist, for the idea of promoting the queen, who was like a feminist idea. But now here the question comes in. Vaishnavi's Kaikai is now being looked at as Madeline's, an equivalent to Madeline Cersei, right? But for Indians, we think of it as like, okay, that's not an accurate representation because one very noble god has been turned into a Zeus-like figure, right? So how much is too much is an interesting question that we have.
Alongside going to panels, I met so many incredible people, so many authors and friends I'd known online, some new, Gaurav Mohanty, who I'd known online for a while, Campbell Reeves from Andrew's Discord, Andrew Watson himself, of course, which, oddly, he's actually shorter in person.
How much are you going to hurt me a bit too?
Not at all. Like, it's a vanilla Disney book. Everyone lives, no one is hurt.
Sure.
Yeah, pretty sure.
Randomly talking to an agent, didn't know about it, and now he wants me to send me my book. That isn't done yet, but when it's done, I can. Holy, I am baffled. But it's all been good fun. Shauna Lawless is such a lovely person. Everybody should just go read her books.
I went to a book launch party where I met Shauna Lawless in person. She's so lovely. And randomly was talking to Justin D. Lee about neurodivergence for fucking ages. And it was honestly the best time I had, just talking with neurodivergent people and authors. And that made me pick up his book, which, by the way, guys, starts with the word fuck. And it's just absolutely fucking incredible.
Hello, I'm Chip Daly, and this is Bona Books, our debut anthology right here. I Want That Twink Obliterated. Will be available soon as we fulfill our Kickstarter orders for all of our wonderful initial supporters. But keep a lookout because there will be additional editions. Chaos! I mean, giant tentacles, of course there's chaos. But yeah, go to bona-books.com. Check us out and see what cool sort of queer science fiction and fantasy we are bringing to you soon.
Background to then change, to then draw from different perspectives. I was raised in those different perspectives, so It wasn't like a transition for me. Like when I was writing, my characters were African because that was what I knew. I mean, like, I don't know. Nigeria specifically has very, very rich storytelling, a very, very rich storytelling tradition that perhaps hasn't been captured as much in print. But if you are in and around Nigerian culture, you've heard all these stories. You've heard stories about everything that informs like your fancy origin. So I guess, yeah, my origin story is that I kind of just followed Big Auntie, basically. That's
Such a ride. Incredible.
Well, I don't even know what to read because I've already read it, but
Maybe I'll reread it before the next one comes out.
Rockbird Payne is just so sweet, and his book is absolutely incredible, and it needs far more fucking hype. But we ended up randomly a day later just sitting down with him and chatting over lunch, just like for ages about anything, about, you know, he's getting married, his book, all this kind of stuff, and it was just absolutely the best time. I love him.
Everyone, Rockbird Payne, go read his book.
Joe Abercrombie's in the house, guys. It's Joe Abercrombie and also Scott Lynch.
Natural stuff you have to talk about, and you have to find new things to talk about, you know, in a faster time scale, and perhaps you learn a bit more craft, and that comes to compensate for the lack of imagination in your later work. I mean, I'm not talking about you.
This had to be the funniest panel that I went on. Gonzalez turned 100, and Joe and Scott together were just the funniest fuckers. Absolutely amazing.
Holy shit, not a fucking drill. Same room as the man himself.
This was the best moment of the whole con. The best moment. Randomly stumbling upon George R.R. Martin, and that is me there, frantically messaging Gaurav Mohanty, author of Some to Darkness, George's biggest fucking fan, to get his ass here now, and he abandoned his editor, pelted it fucking ages to get here, dripping with sweat like holy fucking shit, and he got to meet George R.R. Martin, which was the best moment. There he was, just arriving, and I'm so glad this happened, because we almost let George walk away because we were being too polite. He had just had dinner. We were like, we can't do it. And I went, this is a once in a lifetime thing, Laura. We have to. So we did, and Gaurav literally just spewed Sons of Darkness. I dedicated my book to you. He literally did. It's like his book is First Law Game of Thrones had a baby set in India, and it's amazing, and it was one of the most surreal moments I had. And I was just like, I don't quite know what's going on. I think I literally just screamed, oh my God, I love your book. And like an absolute mad, insane person. But it was so good. It was only for a couple of moments, but it was just the best thing that I can think that has happened in my life. And I will never forget it.
It was really lovely to meet you. It's a real pleasure.
They call my book the Indian Game of Thrones, and I was like, this is going on my tombstone for sure. The Indian Game of Thrones. Yeah.
It is really good. Where do you want to go to?
Thank you so much.
If he doesn't mind.
Yeah, it's by Head of Zeus, and in fact, Bloomsbury in the US, and it's broken binding.
It's very good. It's
Thank you. Yeah, very charming. Oh, thank you, sir. Thank you.
Holy fucking shit, Laura! Who did we just meet? George R.R. Martin. Yeah, we did. Yeah, we did. Yeah, we did. This lifetime thing. I've actually met the man. We can die. We can die happy. This is it. It's fine. It was like 2 seconds, and we just screamed at him that we loved this book. But oh my God, holy shit!
After the George R.R. Martin incident, I got a little bit overwhelmed. We relaxed, tried to chill, and we ended up stumbling across Dr. Geoff, who is just amazing and oddly friends with R.J. Parker, another amazing author who books everybody should go and read. But I was feeling overwhelmed and a bit weird, and he was like, just want to have a chat, have a talk with stuff, and he was just absolutely amazing, and he ended up drawing me, Ross and Laura, tiny little creatures. Ross got a chicken, Laura, I think, got a cat, and obviously I had to ask for a dragon because dragons are just the best. And he was so much fun, and he was just such an absolutely lovely guy. And honestly, the people at this Worldcon, they were just so sweet and so lovely and just amazing. And oh God, I wish I could spend more time with them because they were just so incredible human beings.
I'll keep it forever. Worldcon's done and dusted, loved it, met so many new people, met people I've known online, met some new authors, enjoyed some panels, ate too much food. It was 10 out of 10 experience, 10 out of fucking 10. But my social battery is plummeted. I'm at 0. So I am going to spend the whole time travelling home tomorrow, decompressing, and reading all the books I bought, which wasn't actually that many. I got given an ARC and talked to some publishers. It was great. It's amazing. But the best moment's got to be meeting George R.R. Martin. Also, Gaurav meeting George R.R. Martin. His enthusiasm for Game of Thrones and for George is just infectious. I'm so glad I got to see it. I'm so glad he actually met him. 10 out of 10. I can't wait to come back.